So in today's video, I want to talk to you about the keys to choosing a successful private label product. This is something that I've been doing for a while. I've been getting a lot of people that have taken my course. I've been taking other courses, and a lot of people you see on Facebook, on YouTube, websites, pretty much everywhere, you're seeing people are having success with private label. And this is not anything new. But I just want to give you my keys to success and what I've been seeing has been working for some people. Because if you're not following like a proven method to actually pick a product, get your product, get it onto Amazon, do the listing, all that stuff, you will struggle. You're not necessarily going to fail, but you will probably struggle. So if you guys have questions on private label, just let me know. The first thing, and everyone says this, and it's something that it's kind of common sense. Find something with high sales but with low competition. And everyone says that, but the problem with it is the amount of products that are out there that have just an excessive amount of sales but have very few competitors. They're hard to find. Chances are you're never even going to find one. So to find that ideal product, is it going to happen? Maybe, maybe not. So you need to understand, yes, you obviously want to find that product that has the high sales, the low competition. But if you can't, you need to figure out, where's that middle ground? Where are you comfortable finding a product? Okay. And so that, this is all stuff I teach inside my private label course as well. So if you want to check that out, that will be the first link in the description box below. The second thing, you need to evaluate the listings. This is something that I talk about, quite a bit, especially to people I do coaching calls with, is that everyone thinks you need to find the product that has the high sales, low competition. But as far as looking at the listing, it's like nobody cares. It is important. The reason why it's important is because if a listing has, let's say, it's getting a product is getting a good amount of sales, but the listing's terrible, it's probably not ranking for the amount of keywords that it should. That's something that you can go in and you can improve that listing. You can get pretty much the exact same product or even a better product, improve the listing, do a little bit more marketing, do a little bit more promotions, maybe some giveaways, stuff like that, and you will outrank that person because you have a better listing. Amazon's all for the end user experience. They want to make sure that whoever's buying the product, that they can get on Amazon and they convert at a high rate. If a listing gets 100 people and only one person buys, Amazon's probably not going to keep pushing that person's listing up into their search in the search rankings because they know it doesn't convert very well. And Amazon is a business. They're not just there to give products away to people. They're there to make money. Let me answer a couple of these questions, and I'll get to the next part. Hey, first time seeing you live. I look forward to seeing your page. Keep up the good work. Thanks, Virtual Galore. Matt Ray says, I feel like too many people are using Jungle Scout, so a lot of people could potentially be viewing and sourcing the same products as me. That's my biggest concern. Matt, let me address that for you really quick. I do teach Jungle Scout. I do teach how to use it. But you know how I learned Jungle Scout was from Greg Mercer, the creator of Jungle Scout. You know how most other people learn how to use Jungle Scout? From Greg Mercer, creator of Jungle Scout. So are your concerns valid? Yes, 100%. Is that the only way to find products? No. A couple of the things that I teach. One, I use Alibaba. I go directly to Alibaba and find products there. The second thing is I go after other private label sellers. So I don't attack them, but I go and I specifically target certain sellers because I know they're selling different products. So if I go to a certain seller and they have 100 different private label products, those give me ideas for a private label product that I could do. Maybe it's the same one, maybe it's different, but that's one of the things I teach inside my course as well. Hey, just curious, how much are you making off your private label product? Currently, I have quite a bit, or I'm not gonna say quite a bit. So I'm getting really close to 40 private label products, and everyone's different. So there's products that I have. So just yesterday sometime, I ended up placing another order for a product that I'll only sell about 200 every, so average maybe like 100, 150 a month. So it's not a lot, but I end up making about $13, $14 off every single one. So it's not selling a lot, but the profit's there. So there's other products that I make, a couple thousand a month. There's some that, am I making $10,000 a month on every single product? No. People that tell you they will only sell a product if it's going to make them $10,000 every single month, they're probably lying to you, because if there's a product that has little work and you can make $4,000, $5,000, maybe $1,000, why not do it? So, that's just my take on, and that's kind of what I teach inside my course as well, is don't go after the big, the golden nugget items, those diamond in the roughs. You don't got to do that. You can go find 5 items that you can make $500 or $1,000 on every single month. And why not build it up that way? Because if one item fails, you still got the rest that are pushing your business. Hey, Mike, what's going on? So next thing, check competition. So this is kind of what I just talked about, is evaluate sellers' other private label products, not just the one that you specifically are looking at, the one that you specifically got drawn to them from. Check their other products, because that's going to give you ideas. That also, it doesn't just give you ideas. One of the nice things about it, one of the things that I've seen a lot is, yes, it gives you ideas, but you can see, okay, this private label seller, and you can tell if they're a private label seller because almost every single one of their products is going to be different. It's not going to be like a specific brand that you've maybe heard of. And pretty much every single one of their products you can probably find on Alibaba or AliExpress. That's how you tell if that's specifically a private label seller. One thing that I do is I will go to those pages to see, if this is a private label seller. And then what I do is I try to figure out, does this seller actually know what they're doing, or did they get lucky? If they know what they're doing, I'm going to go and look at every single one of their products to see, is this something I could potentially get on? Make the product better, make a better listing, do more promotions, do more giveaways. And could I outrank this person? If I could, I'm going to write down that idea, whether I write it down, put it in my phone, put it in an Excel spreadsheet, whatever you're using. Just make sure you remember it so you can come back to it at a later time, because you want to get all those ideas and then figure out which idea is the best one that you can do right now. Have you ever thought about using Wish to source? No, I haven't. I purchased stuff off Wish, so not to sell, but just purchase stuff just because it's cheap. But other than that, no. Rogue Seller, is that something that you do? Just curious if you've had much luck with it. I've never really looked. The next thing, when choosing a product, you want to find something that you can potentially pre-launch. And pretty much every product out there you can pre-launch, unless it's one of those like new, like a fidget spinner. How do you pre-launch a fidget spinner? If nobody's ever heard of it, you probably wouldn't get very many sales. But if you can do a successful pre-launch, and that's one thing that I talk about inside my course as well, is building that email list, building that community, building that buzz around your product or around your niche or category. Because then all you gotta do is send an email, put up a post, write an article, put up a video on YouTube, whatever it is, and you're gonna pre-launch a product. So people are gonna come in, buy the product, or be on a waiting list to get the product, maybe at a discount, because you sent them an email, you put it out there for them. So once your product hits Amazon's, once it gets into Amazon system and it's live, these people aren't getting notification, they're gonna start buying it. So the faster you can sell out, the better. Now I understand people are worried, well, what if I can only get 100 or 500 units? Then what do I do? Well, that's an issue. Obviously, you still want to sell out as fast as possible. Take your money and rebuy. Okay, just try to get the turnaround going as fast as possible. A lot of women forever ask, I have some products I'd like to try out on FBA, and they're not name brands. What's the best way to promote? So this stuff that you have bought, doing retail arbitrage or online arbitrage, if it is, and they're not name brands, then I just look to see if they're currently selling. Yeah, if they're currently selling, then just list it under that listing. If they're just kind of generic product and it's not on Amazon, I'd put it on. I'd create the listing, put it on there, and then start doing a little bit of promoting. You can promote directly on Amazon, and that works okay. I've noticed that if you don't have any reviews yet, usually you're paying for stuff that you're paying for advertising that you might not get the sale, because some people want that, kind of, they want to know that that product has sold in the past and people do like it. Not at all, just purchased a few items myself, so it made me wonder, just trying to think outside the box. Rogue Seller, that's a great thing. That is I'm glad you're doing that. Thinking outside the box, it's very important because everyone they pretty much do the same thing. So thinking outside the box, giving you a little bit of a unique business, environment, kind of a unique path. That's going to be another way for you to make some more money. Another tip and pretty much what I do is I do not buy season items. So if it's based on certain seasons, such as pool toys or Halloween costumes, some Halloween costumes I will buy because they'll sell all year round. Such as what are they called? Superheroes. Some action figure type ones, Power Rangers, things like that. They'll sell all year round. If you're getting into the Goblin and the Ghost and the Frankenstein, it's not going to do as well. So something like that. But stay away from seasonal items because you'll sell really well during that season or coming up to it. But then once you get outside that season, your sales are pretty much dead, and you're going to be stuck with those long-term storage fees, or you're just going to be giving away items or whatever. Another key to picking or choosing a successful private label product is get a second opinion. Okay, I've done it before as well. I've asked a couple of my other reseller friends, is this something that you would consider? And this was early on. I don't do it now, but early on I was like, would you private label product? Would you private label this product? Some of them were like, well, and that's the hard part. I choose a friend, somebody that close, that's not going to take that item and run with it. That's happen all the time. People will post something on Facebook and they'll pretty much show just a screenshot of Jungle Scout and everything. But then what happens is people start asking more questions, and then they say exactly what the product is. By doing that, you're just bringing in more sellers to compete with you, if that is a potentially good product. So don't do that. Ask around, but also don't give away 100% of the information that you have. The hard part with that is sometimes like for me, like whenever a coaching client will ask me, I have this product, this is, these are kind of the numbers, I'll let them know, well, I need to kind of know what the product is because I don't know how I can really market it until I know that. But then, for any client of mine, anyone that takes my private label course, if you have a question on the product, if you want to know, is this good or not, I just let you know up front. I will tell you if this is a product that I currently sell or one very similar, I'll let you know. But at the same time, I'm not going to take your item and run with it. Okay. So again, get a second opinion if you need to, but don't give away all the information that you have. So who here has had that or seen that happen? If you have, make sure you smash that thumbs up button, because I've seen that happen a lot. Is people on Facebook do this, every single day, and it sucks because they're doing all this work and then other people are just jumping on. Something that I just wanted to kind of address is to get a successful private label product, one, it has to be selling for more than what you pay for it, and then obviously you need to make profit. But at the same time, you need to negotiate your price down with your manufacturer. This is something that I struggle with every single day because I'm trying to balance all these products, but at the same time, and especially recently, prices have gone up over in China. Okay, they have. It's just the way it is. The prices are starting to go up in China. Manufacturers are getting shut down. I know just recently there was one or two. I don't remember how many. There's probably like one or two manufacturers I was using that both got shut down. So now I had to jump to a different manufacturer, one that has more of a long-standing relationship or the long-standing business history. And so and that's one of the things I teach inside my course as well is don't find a manufacturer that's brand new that wasn't around a year ago, because the likelihood of them being around next year is smaller. Okay, businesses do shut down, they fail, they start, and then they fail within the same year all the time. So one thing is you need to negotiate prices. Doesn't matter if you've been using this manufacturer for years, this is the first time, doesn't matter, negotiate the price. And let me explain why. So just last night, I ended up paying for my next private label product. I was quoted $590 for 250 units. I wanted 500 units. Okay, they quoted me $590, and this included shipping. This included air shipping from door to door. And no, I don't ship from the Chinese manufacturer to China or to Chinese manufacturer to Amazon, just because I've had this happen before, where the manufacturer changed the way that the product looked and all the stuff, And once it got to Amazon, I started getting bad reviews. And I didn't realize that because I shipped it directly to a, not Amazon, to a prep and ship company, and they forwarded it off to Amazon. Okay, so I don't do that anymore. I ship it directly to myself or to a prep and ship company if I've been using this company for a while and I know there's not any changes. But this person, she quoted me $590 for 250 units. We kept going back and forth. Finally, I got it up to 500 units. She, after the whole, communication, exchange, because if you've ever worked with somebody from China that speaks mainly Chinese, isn't very good with English, you understand there's that communication barrier that kind of lacks. So I ended up getting it 500 units for $780. So what she did, she doubled my units, which is great, which is exactly what I wanted, but she brought down the per unit cost. So 500 units for $780 or 250 units for $590. Both of those included shipping. Both of those included packaging and logos engraved on all the products. So stuff like that. If you don't go back and forth and negotiate, you will probably pay more for some of the stuff that you buy. And the last thing is always do your research. Take your time. If you don't buy a product today, no big deal. You need to do your research, do your due diligence, make sure this is a product that you actually can sell. It's not something that you're going to buy. You're going to start to send off to Amazon and no, it's restricted, hazmat, or no, you can't sell that. There's so many things out there. A lot of, here in Washington State, marijuana it's legal, but Amazon doesn't want to be selling marijuana, products. People get away with that all the time by simply just by miscategorizing the product and putting it in maybe in a toy or maybe in tools or something when it technically should be in health and personal care or something like that. So just be aware of that. So if you guys have questions, let me know. Answer a few more. Understand that you can have a service go to the manufacturer and have them check the product order over to ensure that it is what you have agreed upon. Are paying for. Yeah, there's services out there. There's people that you can find. You can go on to Facebook. You can probably say I need somebody to check a product in China or where in China, and somebody's going to respond back to you. I don't necessarily. You can trust those people. That's something I don't like to do. I don't like to bring more people into my business than I have to, especially just for something just like that. The first thing I always do, you make sure you get a sample product every single time. Get a sample product and keep getting more and more samples until the product is dialed in. 100% that's the best it can be. You're happy, you're satisfied with that product. If you are, great. Okay, then you don't need to order another sample. You need to tell them this is exactly what I want. You need to order your quantity. Let them know where to ship it and do all that. Because yeah, there's people out there that will take advantage of you. I see this all the time, where they're going to try to take advantage of you. They're going to send you, your sample, and they're like, yeah, this is the product, but we're going to make it better. We're going to put your logo on it. We're going to do all this stuff. No, you want to see 100%, have it in hand exactly what it's going to look like, because then I take that private label product. That's when I do my pictures. That's when I do my listing. That's the one that's starting the whole thing. So if you don't have that, really, where are you going to start? So, but yeah, so one thing that I'd recommend, if you don't have the time, and I know a lot of people, and I don't like doing it all myself either, but one thing I do is I do hire virtual assistants to do a lot of my kind of the research behind the private label products. Not necessarily, I need you to go figure out, how am I going to promote it, do all that stuff. I got that. Okay, that's, and if you guys need help on that, check out my private label course. But for people that are just getting in, that are not, really sure how to do the research, first I'd learn how to do it, and then I teach somebody else how to do it. Okay, teach a virtual assistant exactly what to do, how to go onto Alibaba, how to search on Amazon, get them the Jungle Scout Chrome extension. You don't necessarily need the Jungle Scout web app. It is a great app to use. I think it's like $39 a month, for the basic one. You don't need it. It does help. It does help, especially with tracking products. But again, it's not something that you need. So have any of you guys recently started looking for private label products? If you have, what are the issues that you found, or what are the, are you struggling to do the research? Are you struggling to actually pull the trigger? I know a lot of people that do all the research and spend hours and hours doing this, but they're very hesitant to pull the trigger, pay for the products, and go through that. So I'm not sure if that's you or not, but with that. Also, I did a video, I think a week ago, on private label products. I lost my train of thought, lost what I was thinking. Let's see. Yeah, I did a video like a week ago. Let me see, now I can't even remember. Did it on, I'll find it, just a second. Best time to start private labeling, that's right. So the reason why I wanted to address that and bring that up right now is because everyone says you can make money with private label, you can do all this stuff, getting in Amazon, you can make a lot of money, but when to start, how to start, just doing all that. I recommend start now. Okay, whether it's private label, it's wholesale, retail arbitrage is still a great business to get into. Thrifting, it's still a great business. Buying stuff and reselling from a pawn shop. These are all things that I do. Book sales, but you just need to make sure that you diversify your business in any way possible. Just because you have a private label product, let's say you have one, and that one private label product is paying for your house and your car and your health insurance and food on the table. If something happens to that one product, Amazon decides we don't want to sell that. There's an issue with that product. We're shutting you down for now. If something ever happens, you are screwed. Okay, you want to bring in some more products. You want to bring in wholesale products. You want to do retail arbitrage, online arbitrage, thrifting. You want to make sure you're really expanding your business. Don't just deal in just one product, just one sourcing method, because what happens if the U.S. decides they're going to put a tax or a tariff on Chinese products, or a bigger one? What happens? Everything goes up 30%. Then it looks like anyone that's manufacturing here in the United States, they're going to have a little bit of kind of that wiggle room, because now all the Chinese manufacturers, their prices went up 30%. So stuff like that. You just need to make sure you're protecting your business. I have a hard time distinguishing my product from my competition. So there's products that I have that are the exact same, as all my competition. And even though we're sharing the sales, it's not like one of us is doing 1,000 sales a month and the other ones are doing 200, 300. It's pretty much we're all right about 300 to 400 sales a month. That's perfectly fine. And you can tell when you go to the first page, second page on Amazon, all the products are exactly the same, but everyone's getting reasonable sales. So that's something that's fine. You don't gotta have some specific thing about your product that is 100% different. Okay. Sometimes just changing the color is more than enough. Sometimes all you gotta do is promote it more. Now, when everyone has the exact same product, probably everyone's promoting in the same ways. Some of the things that you can do, you can promote over on Facebook, promote on Instagram. That's something that I've been doing a little bit lately, and it's been working really well. But at the same time, it's not seeing the traffic that Facebook or even Google would see. But still, it's still you're getting sales. That's all that matters. I've been using Maze-Owl because I don't find Jungle Scout to be accurate. And that's what some people say. And so even though I use Jungle Scout, sometimes I used to use a Maze-Owl. I used it for a little while. I don't remember how long, and I found that one to be less accurate. So it's the same. So same thing. It's not like Jungle Scout's any better. It's not like the Maze-Owl's any better. If you want 100% accuracy, go to Amazon. That's it. That's the only thing you can do. Just because software's out there that's going to make your life easier, it's still software. There's still going to be issues. There's going to be bugs. So all you can do is really go to Amazon. Do I ever go to trade shows, ASD, Magic, to meet with potential suppliers and see their products in person? Usually no. So the reason why I don't really go to a lot of these shows, one, is because if I'm seeing their products, that means other people are seeing their products as well. I don't want to get the exact same products everyone else is getting. I want to change it up a little bit. I want to have some type of unique spin. So that's one of the reasons why. The other reason why is a lot of these. So at ASD, a lot of the manufacturers that you get, they're trying to sell just items that they can't normally move. I can get a better deal working out a deal with that supplier, with that manufacturer outside of ASD than I can there. So to spend the weekend, those 3 days, whatever, at the convention, to meet with hundreds or thousands of different suppliers, when I can do it all through email, which I like to run my business from my computer, from home, from my office, wherever, from my phone, sitting in the car. I don't want to be there shaking hands, meeting people that I may or may not ever work with. So it's just a lot faster. And in my opinion, that's just what I like to do. Again, I run my entire business. As long as I have internet, I'm good. Need to go to ASD. Is it a great way to meet new suppliers? Kind of, figure out the ins and outs of the business. Yes, it is. Network with other people that could potentially build your business. Yes, it is. Amazon FBA, private label. It's only part of what I do. I do many other things. So, am I going to spend 100% of my time doing Amazon FBA, private label, going to conventions, conferences, stuff like that? No. Will I spend, a decent amount of time? Yeah, because it still does pay the bills, still does bring in a bunch of money. So that's just my thoughts. Seth says, hello, I'm 16 years old, looking to work for myself through eBay and Amazon. How do I get started? Seth, the first thing I do is just start creating accounts. Being that you're 16, you will need your parent or guardians. You will need them to sign up for you. So over on Amazon, I think on eBay as well. But once you do that, just start listing stuff. Just start going and buying stuff. If you don't have any money to buy inventory right now, I'd start working up, building up your capital, whether you sell, a cell phone, car, a gaming system, clothes, whatever it is, start building that up so that you can actually build on it. Okay. Because if you think you're going to start with $100 and be able to get to $10,000 by the, next month, it's probably not going to happen. But if you can sell clothes, you can sell some gaming systems, you can sell an old cell phone, skateboard, a bike, all this stuff, and you start bringing in you get an extra $500 saved up. Could you turn 500 into 10,000 by the end of next month? It would be a lot easier than turning $100 into 10,000. But again, it's going to be an uphill battle. How many FBA products do you like to have at once? That's a hard question to answer. I can't look on my phone, but maybe I can. I think so the account that I have on my phone is my thrifting and where's that? Is my thrifting and pawn shop one. So I have 1,301 items on sale or on Amazon for that. So hopefully that kind of gives you an idea. Private label, I have more because you got to buy in big quantities. Wholesale, again, same thing. That's probably my smallest account, but it is the one that has the most profit, or the highest ROI, not the most profit. Where am I at? Shelly asks, hey Adam, what are some of the other online things that you do? I do merch for Amazon. I do Kindle publishing. I do YouTube, affiliate marketing, websites. I don't really do network marketing. I did it a little bit. I don't really like it. I like to actually build a physical product or something that I can, benefit from myself, other than promoting somebody else's, promoting their network, whether it's Digital Altitude or something else. That's the only one I've really seen that I would potentially promote. I still might get into it, but as of right now, I'm not. I do peer-to-peer lending, stock trading. With stocks, I do mostly penny stocks. But yeah, that's it. But that's not technically it. But what else? Course sales. Yeah, I think I have a video somewhere here on my channel that talks about pretty much all the stuff that I do. So check that out and see. Again, for anybody that's just starting, don't go and try to create 20 different incomes. To start out with 20 different incomes or 10 or whatever, it's gonna be hard because you're gonna be dividing your time into all those things. What I recommend is you start with one, get it up to $1,000 for the first month, make sure it's consistent for the second month, and then start with the next one. Just keep building from there. Let's see. Yeah, yeah, Seth, if you have any questions, just send me a message or send me an email or message me over on Facebook as well. What company do you recommend to host my domain name? There's two companies I recommend. One is Bluehost, the other one's HostGator. You can do either one. Mike, still no Bitcoin. You know, Bitcoin's one of those things I don't know enough about it. And lately I have so much other stuff going on. It's not something I'm really worried about. Yeah, I could have got in, made some money, but that same thing with stocks. Maybe if I spend more time on stocks and not worry about Bitcoin, maybe I'll make more money there. Never know. Is the name important on selling accounts? And when doing this, how do taxes come into play? Fear for me is owing taxes and not being aware. I don't answer any questions about taxes just because I'm not a licensed tax professional. I have no clue what I'm doing with taxes. All I do is whatever my CPA tells me, that's what I do. As far as your name for your selling account on Amazon, it's very important because if you do cheapos junk, chances are somebody sees it and they're going to buy. You're selling let's say you're selling a $200 camera. Is somebody going to buy a $200 camera from a store called Cheapos Junk? Probably not. So make sure you obviously take into consideration the name that you're giving yourself. Wow, do you have videos on the penny stocks and websites? I did a video on penny stocks here. This channel, it's the majority of people that follow me here, they're not really worried about stock trading. It's something that it's been around for a long time, and I don't really teach stock trading just because it's something that it's always, once you have the basics down, you can keep going with it. But it's one of those things that stock trading's been around for a while, so I don't really talk about. There's other channels out there. If you want to know about stock trading, you want to know about penny stocks, Timothy Sykes, he's the one to go to. That's pretty much how I follow a lot of his stuff. So Evan says, Alejandro, great question. Avoid GoDaddy. You really want a VPS with domain names, either through name.com or Google. Yeah, so I use GoDaddy. You can use whatever you want. I don't host it. I don't host any of my sites on GoDaddy. Everything's hosted offsite. So yeah, it's really up to you. I'm gonna answer a few more questions and I'm gonna get going in probably about 5 minutes. Hey, thank you for doing this. Really amazing. Can you still make a great amount of money without having a private label? I live in the Netherlands and my brother is in China. Yeah, you can make a good amount of money just doing wholesale. You don't have to do private label. You don't even have to sell on Amazon. Honestly, you can seriously house all your stuff. You can create a website. You can do all the sales in-house from direct from your own site, and that's perfectly fine as well. You don't have to use Amazon. I use Amazon because I like that they hold the products, they'll store it, and then they ship it out when it sells. I don't have to deal with that. Getting products from Walmart to sell on Amazon. Your thoughts? I do it all the time. I do it both online and locally in store, and I do very well. Walmart's probably my biggest, the biggest store that I buy from. I get the most inventory from Walmart, from toys, tools, to home goods, from food, health and beauty, personal care, automotive, electronics. I get everything from there. The one thing you gotta watch out for is some products will become restricted based on the brand. So I do have a whole storage unit full of restricted products because I don't sell on eBay. Maybe in the future I might sell on eBay. Once that storage unit starts overflowing, I probably will, or liquidate in some way. If you need powerful WordPress hosting, DreamHost has a package. Thanks, Evan. Yeah, there's look online. There's so many other things. For hosting, you don't just have to use Bluehost. You don't just have to use HostGator. There's so many other ones out there. How did I get started in selling on Amazon FBA? I was selling on eBay for a long time. Finally listed a pair of Nike Pro Combat compression shirt. think it was Nike Pro Combat compression shirt listed on Amazon, was doing merchant fulfilled, had it there for like 6 months, never sold. Send in to FBA that one item and sold within the same day. And so that just like, wow, I had it for 6 months, sending it off to Amazon, and now it sells. So that's what I started to do. Do you think Amazon FBA fees are ridiculous? They're ridiculously convenient that I'm gonna pay them, this fee for them to do all the work on the back end. I don't have to deal with it. I gladly pay that. Is it a little high? If you're coming from eBay or some other place like that, yeah, it's extremely high. But at the same time, the convenience factor, I'd rather pay that. I'd pay that all day long if I didn't have to deal with it. After you make a private label product, how do you go about advertising it and getting sales? That is, for one, that's not gonna be something I could answer in a couple minutes. And so this is one of the reasons why I created my private label courses, because picking the product is fine. You can see that everyone does it, and the difference, there's not a whole lot of difference. It's getting the sales, promoting it, how you do that, building the brand around it. That's the main thing I'm teaching over on my course. So if you want to see that, check it out. Again, it's the first link in the description box below. But as far as how do you get sales, how do you go about advertising it? I advertise on Facebook, Bing, Google, YouTube, advertise on Amazon itself. I build social media accounts. I do email lists. I do giveaways. Again, I talk about all that stuff. So if you want to know, really how to do it, and you're interested in it, you can either message me over on Facebook, comment here, send me an email, or just get my course, and I can help you there as well. Thank you. I hope you become very, very successful. Greetings from the Netherlands. Hey, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for that as well. Rita says some of the fees outprice the product, particularly in used books. Yeah, books. I still sell books. I still do very well with books. But again, it's one of those things. They're so cheap. Books are so cheap. People are just undercutting everybody. So it's hard to really make money on every single book. So you really got to pick and choose what you sell. But yeah, it is what it is. So again, thank you guys for watching this video. Like I said, I gotta get going, but I'm hoping I'll do another video on Friday, another live video, probably right about the same time. So if you're interested in that, make sure you stop by. Again, if you have any questions, make sure you put them in the comment section below. Smash that thumbs up button if you like this video, and I'll see you guys on the next one.